Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week in Code Blue. Andrew explains why young people should vote. George interviews students who went to Ecuador. And Matt tells us about a very important milestone one of our seniors has crossed. Now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Please be seated. Hey Bulldogs, I'm Niall Horgan.
And I'm Dominic Costa. Welcome to Code Blue News.
Freshman class dues are due next week. Please see Miss F with your $10 for Friday, March 6th.
A quick reminder to all students and faculty. There will be no school next Tuesday on March 3rd due to the Super Tuesday elections. And on Friday, March 6th, we will be celebrating Read Across America Day. Students from HMHS will be going to the Kennedy School to read to the students. Staff and high school teachers will be reading to middle school classes. Students are welcome to wear their pajamas to school and to bring their favorite book.
Speaking of elections, over February break, Andrew and I attended the debate between Senator Ed Markey and Representative Joe Kennedy. If you're interested in reading more about it, head over to the Bulldog Banner for a quick story on the race and the debate.
On Saturday, Andrew and Chuck LaRossi and Caleb Tobin visited Brockton High School for a caucus. Andrew is here to tell us about why younger voters, like some of you guys that will be or are eligible, should go out and vote.
He's not registered yet. Wait a minute, Robert.
Now I'm going to remember.
Hang on. I have Robert.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. We're here at Brockton High School for the caucus between Ed Markey and Joe Kennedy. We talked to both of them about why some of the younger voters, like some of you guys that are 18, should go out and vote. Also talked to Robbie Goldstein and Stephen Lynch. So we're going to head inside and see what's up.
Well, I would say to them that as a young person, climate change is going to influence you. And so you should become a part of the Green New Deal. You should become a part of the Sunrise Movement because it's your generation that will pay the price.
And that generation, those voters that you speak to, they're the largest generation in American history. They will decide this race. They will decide the future of this country. They'll decide it because people vote, or they'll decide it because they don't. This race is literally in your hands. And what I would ask them is if somebody gave you the chance to influence the direction of the most powerful country on earth over the course of the next 9 months, why wouldn't you take it? Go out there and fight for it with everything that you've got because our country's dependent on it.
But I think when called upon, our young people will step up. Some of them are very, very much engaged. They're much more, they have their issues, climate change, the housing issue, the cost of education. So young people are engaged in those issues.
Yeah, so I actually think there's a lot of interest in young voters to get involved in the political process. I think if you're watching what's happening right now, after 2016, we had a lot of really engaged young people who recognize that they need to play a role in our government. And I think there's a lot of young people who are starting to recognize that things like climate change, things like healthcare, things like access to jobs and transportation are actually going to affect them way more than they're going to affect some of the people who are, in their 60s, 70s, and 80s.
I'm Andrew Rossi. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Andrew. The high school semi-formal will be held on March 13th in the cafeteria from 6:30 to 9:30. The cost is $15 per student. Any student who wants to bring a non-HMHS student needs to have an approval form completed before buying a ticket.
Recently, there have been more coronavirus cases popping up in various countries throughout the world. In California, the first case of unknown transmission occurred, which has further called into question the effectiveness of the tests. Several countries throughout the world have all taken strong actions to fight back against coronavirus, such as Japan, who has shut down schools for a month throughout the nation, and Saudi Arabia, who has halted pilgrimages. Here in the U.S., Vice President Pence has been chosen to lead the coronavirus response.
In more local news, tomorrow is Holbrook's birthday. Our favorite town is celebrating its 36th birthday because it was founded on a leap day. Come celebrate at the birthday party tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. in the Holbrook Middle High School auditorium. In addition to a performance of Tonight from the cast of West Side Story, there will be cake.
Over February break, a group of students and teachers went on a trip to Ecuador to experience the unique culture and attractions the country offers. George Starr has more on the story.
Let me know.
Jonathan, what are we doing?
We're on the gondola, we're going up the mountain. It's really steep.
It was really cool to watch all the kids really step outside their comfort zones because, you know, we were in a completely different place, totally different food, totally different culture. So it was really cool to watch kids try new things and really put in the effort to like try things that they weren't really super comfortable with, and like petting iguanas and eating guinea pig. And it was really, really cool to watch the kids grow and learn that way.
Okay, so my favorite part about the trip was probably the food and just the animals and learning about the culture.
I think my favorite thing I was looking forward to is being able to play with the kids and like donate what we were bringing to them. It was a really cool experience. Today we went on a cable car ride, and it was like 20 minutes up this big mountain, and we got to see a gorgeous view of Quito, and that was probably one of my favorite things.
I really like the salsa dancing night and the karaoke and watching Miss McCann sing. I feel like it's a great experience, and not like most schools usually don't get that chance to experience that. So
I highly recommend the next trip that comes up, and there will be another trip. I highly recommend it because it's just such an awesome growing experience. You learn so much. You learn about yourself, you learn about other people. I am not planning a trip for next year, but in 2022, something is coming. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Thanks, George. The trip looked like so much fun. We're glad everyone is back, safe and sound. While staying on the topic of traveling and exploring different cultures, tonight is the annual Culture Fair. It's from 5 to 7 tonight in the cafeteria, and all are invited to attend, and there will be food, music, and dancing, including a special performance from the cast of West Side Story. Make sure to support your classmates.
The National Junior Honor Society has accepted the challenge of helping to find a cure for blood cancer. They are joining forces with over 25,000 schools across the country to make a difference and raise as much money as we can. Over the next 3 weeks, they will be aiming to raise over $1,500 towards this cause. More information will be going out on Monday in your English classes, but please start saving your change to help the NJHS out.
Interested in coming to the second round of the girls' basketball tournament game? The game is Monday at 6:30 in Westport. The bus will leave the high school at 5 p.m., and you will need to bring money to cover your ticket to the game. If you are interested in attending the game, please see Mrs. McCarthy for a permission slip and a sign up by the end of the day today. We need at least 26 students in order to run the bus.
Over February break, an impressive milestone was reached by senior Destiny Morales-Williams. Destiny is only the second female basketball player in Holbrook history to do this. Matt has more on this amazing accomplishment.
Destiny Morales, number 2, senior, captain, guard.
Me scoring 1,000 points just happened. Actually, I was sitting in the locker room, and I randomly asked Miss McCarthy if I was close, and she told me that I was like 200 away or 100 away. And from there on, I just kept track and tried to score the 1,000. I feel really honored because for me, it's a big accomplishment. Being here 3 years, it just shows all the hard work and dedication that I put into the game.
I think she's really like a very good player, and I think she encourages everyone when she plays. Just watching her play, it makes you want to work harder, it makes you want to play better. I would say Destiny, like, she pushes us to go to you know, do better. She makes us want to be better. You know, when we say we can't do things, she tells us, no, yes you can do this, just keep going, and she just makes us push it.
In Destiny's sophomore and junior season, she averaged just under 15 points a game, totaling 625 points in the 2 years. So going into her senior season, I did know it was close. She averaged 20 points a game this year. So she was able to reach 1,000 points this past week against South Shore Christian Academy, where she scored 31 points. The only other girl at Holbrook who scored 1,000 points in basketball was Courtney Foley. She had 1,036 points, and Destiny is at 1,032 right now. So in our playoff game, if Destiny scores more than 4 points, she will be able to surpass the previous held record, which is, again, another huge accomplishment for somebody to do in 3 years.
I want to thank Mr. Case, Miss McCarthy, my mom, and my dad, because they've been supportive through everything, and without Miss McCarthy and Mr. Case, I wouldn't have the skills that I have now, always pushing me and telling me I could do better in practice.
Yeah, but it was a hard game. Not everybody popped out, but we're glad all the support that we got. It really helped us and pushed us to get the win. Yeah.
And on that note, second round, guys. Second round, guys.
All right, one more thing. So you broke, Shanora said, you broke the record. How does it feel to break the record after being on this team for so many years?
It feels good, it was a lot of hard work, and I just want someone else to work as hard as me and maybe beat me just to show the effort and, hold the team together and continue going to the tournament and maybe even going all the way to the end. So, yeah.
All right, thank you guys. Good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt, and congratulations to Destiny on her achievement. In other news, NASA mathematician Katherine Johnson passed away on Monday at the age of 101. Johnson was depicted in the movie Hidden Figures, where her work helped America launch satellites and the first astronauts into space.
Are you interested in playing baseball this season? There will be a meeting for anyone in grades 6 through 12 who is interested in playing baseball this spring on Wednesday, March 4th at 2:20 in room C128 with Mr. Walsh. Tryouts begin Monday, March 16th right after school, and you must be registered on a family ID in order to participate. There will be free physicals Tuesday, March 10th. You should see Mr. Walsh if you need a physical form.
In more sports news, there may be a change to how MIAA tournaments are done. A vote will be held tonight in which athletic directors throughout the state will all vote on whether or not they approve the change. All that is required is a simple majority on each side for it to pass. If it were to pass, each sport would have between 1 and 5 divisions based on enrollment. There would be no more east, south, north, or west. The tournament would be a tournament of 32 teams from across the state, with each team being seeded by max preps instead of being solely based on your record. This has caused controversy throughout the states, with teams worried about cross-state travel, scheduling issues, and the changes that will be made to sections. Now let's go to Brianna with another weekly sports update.
Good morning, Holbrook Bulldogs, and welcome to This Week in Sports. The boys varsity basketball team ended their season on Tuesday, losing 72-54 against Nantucket in the first round of the tournament.
So you guys, you won the last 2 games, you sneaked into the tourney. You sadly fell in this game, but how do you think the season went overall?
Throughout the whole season, we did good, So I have young people like Dwayne and Owen, but they're learning. Next year, I hope they do come ready to play because it's our last season, it's our last year, bro. It's pretty sad.
I think our season went pretty good. It taught us how to be selfless and just worry about the team and pick each other up. I love these guys, and it just taught me how to be more of a team player.
On Thursday, the girls hosted Social Christian Academy and secured a big win, 35-28. Destiny Morales-Williams scores 16 to break the all-time scoring record here at Holbrook with a total of 1,048 points. Congrats to the Lady Bulldogs on advancing to the quarterfinals. This has been Brianna Graziano with Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brianna, and congratulations to the entire girls varsity basketball team on their win last night. More on the world of sports, a celebration of life was held in honor of Kobe and Gianna Bryant. Family, friends, and fans all gathered inside the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. The arena is home to the LA Lakers, the team which Bryant played his entire 20-year career for. Speeches were given to remember the 2 young lives that were lost. Among those who gave speeches were Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, and Kobe's wife, Vanessa Bryant.
Attention all seniors, we have important information regarding the yearbook. Please make sure you have selected your yearbook picture with Mrs. Morgan by the end of next week. Senior quotes and write-ups are also due next week.
Also, please send any pictures you want included in the yearbook or senior slideshow to yearbook@holbrook.k12.ma.us as well. These should be submitted by Monday, March 16th. With any questions, please contact Ms. Gallagher or Mrs. Morgan. This information has also been sent out to the seniors.
That wraps up this week's show. I'm Dominic Costa.
And I'm Niall Horgan. See you next Friday.